Hey everybody, I'm Greg and I'm building a house in Costa Rica. Yeah, so it's kind of exciting. I thought I'd make a YouTube channel. Since everyone's making a YouTube channel, let's make one too. I'm not going to ask anyone to subscribe or click the like button or anything like that. I don't care about that. I'm not doing this for YouTube clicks or anything like that. I just want to make some friends, meet some people when I move down there, and that kind of thing. Maybe share my experiences and hopefully learn something. Okay, one thing real quick is that I don't want my family watching these videos. So if you're my mom or my brother, just click away. Go somewhere else. Watch some other video because I want my house to be a surprise when it's finished. We're going to fly you down there and it's going to be like a big reveal party. Okay, so you're going to walk up and you're going to see it for the first time in person, not on videos. It's no fun this way. All right, so click away. Okay, one couple rules that I want to try and stick to is that I'm not going to name names or mention prices very much until after I've done business with somebody or something. I know that there's like a honeymoon period where you deal with people and things can go wrong. I don't want to have to say how great things are only for it to be turned out terrible later. So yeah, that's one big rule. I will at the end I will tell you how I did things and how I should not have done things and what I regret and that kind of thing. I kind of want to avoid telling people how much I spent, but you got to do it, so I don't mind that kind of thing. But anyway, so that's one big rule. That's the only real big rule. So yeah, I'm going to tell why I chose Costa Rica. I'm going to say how many times I've been there. I'm going to say I'm going to tell stories about a shipping container, lawyer fees, getting a corporation, YouTube videos, HOA fees, renting a car, being a tourist, all that kind of stuff. Building plans, finding a builder, dealing with all that kind of stuff too. So yeah, right now it's July 19th, 2021. I can tell you right now that I've started building my house let's see, I think the ground was broken in January of 2021. They really started around February of 2021. I'm going to draw a calendar that contains all the steps that I went through to get to that point, and I'm going to say roughly when I think my house will be finished and what's going to happen after that. Okay, so I'd like to reveal that for about 20 years now, I've been wanting to build a house of some kind, somewhere in the world. And originally I wanted to do it in San Jose, California, between San Jose and Santa Cruz area. I almost bought land, but the economy died and I had to come back to Canada where I'm from. Yeah, so right now I'm in Hamilton. It's July 19, 2021. I'm staying at my mom's house. I'm in the basement here, just staying here until my house is being finished. I can tell you that I always wanted a unique kind of a house, something kind of different and big yet small at the same time, different yet not too different, not too crazy, practical yet special, and that kind of thing. So I wanted a round. So I went. One thing I did not want is like a trailer kind of a house where they ship it on two pieces and then stick it together. That's kind of stupid and boring. I gravitated towards a company called Top Cider, based out of North Carolina. They make all the parts for round houses. They're kind of like, they're not like igloos or anything. Or pentagon shaped houses. They're like round houses and they have a pole in the middle that supports the roof and they kind of look neat. So I went to the factory in North Carolina, got some plans. Yeah, they're really kind of cool. But what I ultimately settled on was a company called Haiku Houses, based out of Georgia, I think. I can't remember. No, Tennessee or someplace like that. And in about year 1900, wait, I think about 1990 years. No, about the year 2000. That's it. Yeah, the year 2000, I ordered some plans from Haiku Houses and a booklet. Their website is still running. So it's called haikuhouses.com. And this is the blueprints that I purchased for the Mashiko guest house. So they make Japanese styled houses. And what they do is they ship all the parts to you where you assemble them. They make and ship all of the parts. And these plans that I bought include the floor plans, and they don't include the electrical stuff. You have to pay extra for that. But yeah, I got 3 copies of these plans for about $500 about 20 years ago, and they've been sitting in my. Those plans have been sitting in my closet for so long that I finally found them, and finally at the point in my life where I'm able to pull the trigger, build that house, and first step is to buy some land. And went shopping around, and Costa Rica is the place I chose. So why Costa Rica, you ask? Okay, good question. I went on a whirlwind part of the Central America because that's the kind of place in the world that I like. I like the weather. I like the people. It's not too far. The economy is not too bad. I've always liked that kind of a place. It doesn't get a lot of hurricanes or a lot of well, there's earthquakes and there's volcanoes, but it's not that bad, right? So I like that area. So in December of 2017, I booked a vacation where I checked out 5 different cities. Real quick, I saw Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. I saw Mexico City. I saw Cancun. I saw Cozumel. I saw Belize. I saw Panama City, and I saw Quito, Ecuador. And Puerto Vallarta, nice, yeah, pretty good. Downtown, not for me. Southern Puerto Vallarta, yeah, not bad. Hilly and kind of cool, and lots of condos and stuff like that. Lots of good choices. North of Puerto Vallarta is the touristy zone. Lots of resorts and big, long stretches of white sand beaches, and the water's warm. And yeah, that was like a 7 or 8 out of 10. I almost got that. Then I took a bus to Mexico City. Great place to visit, but no, I don't want to live there. I don't really. Spanish, you really need Spanish there. A nice place to visit, but kind of dirty and bustling, and not for me. Okay, so Cancun, touristy, great beaches, water's really warm. I saw a crime that I didn't really like. I saw people begging me for money sometimes. It didn't seem like a very big kind of a place, or too small. It was tempting, but a place I want to retire, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 out of 10. Then I went to Cozumel. That was a little more of a touristy place. Tempting, kind of nice, yeah, pretty, yeah, cool. I saw some condos that were for sale that are reasonably priced, and I just brought home brochures, but it wasn't really perfect for me, at least in retrospect anyway. Then I took a bus to Belize, a 7-hour trip over the border, not too bad. Like, it cost me about $50, I think. I stayed in Belize for about 5 days. I stayed in Belize City. I got a tour from a taxi driver of what the place was like. He told me, I don't know, I liked it because it's English. Like, everybody there knows English. It's a British colony. But then I rented a car and I met a real estate agent. I drove through half of Belize to get to this real estate agent. And I saw a lot of the country. It looks okay. But the real estate agent, she took me around to Placencia, which is like a big, long peninsula of expats and that kind of thing. And she showed me some land for sale. Prices were kind of high. She gave me a ton of advice, and she's a fellow Canadian too, so we had something going on that she was very honest, I think. And I feel bad that I didn't buy anything from her, but one thing she did say was that of all the countries that in that area, Costa Rica was probably one of the best ones because it had the best infrastructure, the best healthcare, and that kind of thing. She said that people from Belize, if they needed medical issues, they usually went to Mexico for major surgeries and that kind of thing. I forget the name of the town, but yeah. Also, the real estate agent in Belize, she had a lot of bug bites on her legs. Her whole leg was just completely bitten and red, is spotted with red marks. And I thought, wow, I mean, is there lots of insects and bugs here? I just don't know. I didn't ask, but that kind of turned me off a little bit about Belize. So next I flew to Panama. And I was actually kind of sick in Panama from all the food in Belize or somewhere, I guess. So I spent a couple days in bed. But I did rent a car and I drove around Panama. And, Western Panama looks great. Lots of big buildings, bustling nightlife, touristy areas somewhat. Look, they got a lot of money there, that's for sure. Eastern Panama, the complete opposite. I went to Cologne, and what a dirt hole. I hated it there. I was just afraid to get out of my car. It looks like it never recovered from the war that they had like 50 years ago or whatever, when they got their independence. It's just terrible. It's a shipping town. Anyway, I was told to go there because there was a lot of markets, like tax-free markets and things, but I didn't find anything. I was just afraid to get out. Okay, another thing about Panama is that in my rental car, I went north of the canal up to Rio Hato, where they have a Rio Plaza hotel resort, and I checked that out area. Apparently they claim to have the world's second largest man-made lake there, and it could be true. I don't know. It's pretty big. They do have a lake. It's really just a big pool that's big enough for boats to run in it. And it's surrounded by 11 or 12 condos that are about 3 or 4 stories tall. And I got some brochures, and they have a nice English-speaking sales team. Everything's all looks pretty clean and nice, and yeah, it was tempting. The water's warm, the beaches look clean, the people were nice, but it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I don't think that's for me. I don't want to live in a condo. I wanted something a little more special, so that was out. The next city was Quito, Ecuador, where I flew into, and it's way up in the mountains. It's way high, and the elevation was so high that I couldn't. My body just there's no oxygen up there. I ran out of breath pretty quickly just by walking around. It took a day to get used to it, but for the first day I just wanted to stay horizontal and sleep because I couldn't move. But anyway, I didn't rent a car or anything in Quito. I mostly walked around, and I did take a tourist bus and got to see some of the town. I stayed in the historic district. I saw some shopping malls and some nightlife, and it looked like a nice place to live, but retire, no, it's not for me. I didn't see a lot of English there. I needed English. I don't mind learning Spanish, but I don't know Spanish enough. So Quito was out. So I came back and thought about what I saw, and thought about Costa Rica. And then I booked a vacation using Sunwing Vacations. I stayed at the Rio Plaza in western Costa Rica, north of Tamarindo, a little bit west of Liberia Airport, and I stayed there for a week. I rented a car and drove around. Okay, so after my whirlwind trip to the Central American area, I was working on my computer one day, and this ad came up. I think it was on my Facebook page, of a company in Toronto that was selling lots in Costa Rica. They wanted $75,000 US for a 1.5 acre lot in a gated community, 1 mile from the ocean, a little bit south of Tamarindo. It had a pool, it had villas, they had a bunch of house designs, they had HOA fees to keep the place in order, like garbage collection, road maintenance, all that kind of security and all that kind of thing. And so I reached out to them just to see what they had, and they convinced me to go take a look, because they said that if I went there and took a look and bought something, they would reimburse me for the travel costs to go there and have a look. And they had a special on saying that they would take Canadian money at par, so I would pay 75,000 Canadian instead of 75,000 US, which is like 15% difference. So I booked a vacation on Sunwing. I landed in Liberia Airport, went to Rio Plaza Hotel for a week, checked out the countries for a week. I rented a car. I went to the Reno volcano, drove around. That was great. That was really nice. I never saw the volcano because of fog, but I met some people there and we had fun. And but then I also saw this land, and when I looked around, took some video, I picked out lot C31 that I liked. It was like 90 meters above sea level. It had a view of the ocean. It had a flat spot to build a house. It was the only one available that I liked that was around. So when I got back, we negotiated a price. I ended up making an offer for 69,000 Canadian, and I think I paid for it in about 5 or 6 different payments in Canadian dollars, and yeah, it was pretty good. And so one thing that everybody recommended that I do was start a corporation. So I did. The firm that sold me the property, they helped me with the lawyer fees on purchasing the lot, creating a corporation, getting the corporation to own that lot, and all the legal fees that were involved. I don't remember the price. I think it was roughly $3,000 US, I guess, for all of that. But yeah, I got this red booklet about this thick with all kinds of paperwork of Spanish and English text in it, and some of it was, typewritten, and some of it was handwritten, and some of it had signatures for me to sign, and it was great. Yeah, pretty good. So yeah, I'm the proud owner of lot C31. Okay, so I am the proud owner of a lot of 1.5 acres in this place. Okay, that's 2018, that timeline. I forget what month that is. But anyway, nothing really happens for about a year until about February of 2020, where I book another vacation down to Costa Rica to see this property and go shopping for builders and just shop around, look around. And when I get there, I see my property and I meet some builders, and yeah, I meet my neighbor and that kind of thing. And then I see this other property across the road that gets me all worried that, what if they build a house that's, huge, and it's going to block my view of the ocean. And because I spent 69,000 Canadian dollars on this property. I don't want anybody to block my view of the ocean. So I reach out to the law firm that I used to buy C31, and I ask them who owns this other lot. It's actually called lot C34. And it turns out that the people who own it, there's 2 guys own it, and they hate each other. I got their email and I emailed them, and they kind of hate each other, and they wanted to not see each other anymore. I don't think they're gay or anything like that because they're married, but they wanted to sell their property, so they just wanted to get whatever they put into it and get that out. And I knew based on what I paid for C31 that they probably paid 75,000 US for it. I tried to talk them down a bit, but I couldn't really talk about them down. It turned out that one of them flew to Toronto to meet me, and we negotiated a deal, and that was July of 2020. I met the one owner, and we came up with a deal, and I think we came up with like 73 or 71,000 plus I paid lawyer fees for the lot. And within about a month, by the end of August of 2020, I owned lot C34. I was able to get the law firm to add their lot to my corporation. So I had one corporation with 2 lots now. I could have bought their corporation, but I didn't want to have 2 corporations with 1 lot each. I wanted to have 1 corporation with 2 lots. So yeah, I just ended up splitting the offer in half and depositing it into their bank accounts. And the law firm that did all the work, I think they charged about a reasonable $600 or $700 US to do all of the paperwork and the taxes and due diligence reports and all that kind of stuff for me. It was pretty easy. All I had to do was insert 1 printed page into my red booklet of property for my corporation. And I had to do a DHL's delivery of that red book to another law firm to keep track of the books or something. I don't know. But yeah, so at the end of August, I own 2 lots now, 1.5 acres each. And I start really searching for a builder. And I think for the rest of this video, I'm going to explain all of the process on what it takes to actually start building. Okay, I want to speak a little bit about lawyer fees and that kind of thing as far as purchasing my lot goes. I can tell you that when I purchased lot C34, I had a lawyer do their work, and they got everything settled by the end of August 2020. One thing I had to do was I had to establish a Costa Rica corporation for myself. and the seller also had a Costa Rica corporation. Don't ask me why it's everybody, it's a good idea or not, but everybody does it. I think it's a good idea. You should probably do it too if you don't have one. We wrote 2 pages of minutes that we both signed and dated and showed the intention to buy, for me to buy the lot and for them to sell the lot. Okay. We also, the lawyer ended up writing a 5-page document called the Reciprocal Promise to Purchase and Sale Agreement. Both of us had to sign it and to transfer the lot from his corporation to my corporation. Lawyer fees were about $4,000 US. There was some outstanding taxes that were due that the seller wasn't paying. The lawyer provided me with a due diligence report that showed the title chain, the historical movements, liens, tax info, summary, and some recommendations. I got a 5-page transfer deed in Spanish and a copy translated to English. The seller and I wrote papers that we were given papers that we had to stick in our corporation booklets, and we had to show photos of them in the booklets, either stapled or taped into the booklets for the lawyer. So it was kind of neat. Like, even though it was done remotely, we just had to take pictures. I just had to take a picture of my books showing that something was stapled or taped into it. And once the lawyer saw that, they said, good. So the lawyer firm was pretty good. It's called Ecija, E-C-I-J-A. I think it's some kind of a worldwide law firm where they do real estate stuff all over the world. And it works out pretty good. They were moderately fast, and their English was good. There was one point, though, where I couldn't hear from anybody. I think they were on vacation for a week, and it was kind of worrying, but still. Yeah, within a month or two, I ended up owning lot C34. Moderately happy with it. So, yeah. Okay, so June 26th of 2020, this is when I reach out to the Haiku House people. These are the people that make the houses in I think it's not North Carolina, it's Georgia or, no, Tennessee somewhere. And this catalog I've had for probably 20 years of designs. They're beautiful. Look at all these beautiful houses. This company makes really good stuff. And nice choices and pretty elaborate designs. And they're what they do is they make all the parts and they ship them to you. And they've got garages and they have lookout towers and all kinds of great stuff. And you can choose your colors and all that. So, but having them build all the parts and ship it to Costa Rica, not recommended. The wood that they have is not going to survive in Costa Rica, and also the taxes involved on shipping and importing all that stuff, just not worth it. So the plan, based on everybody's advice, plan was to find a local builder that uses local supplies and build it there. So first step, buy the plans. Okay, so these blueprints are not sufficient for... upside down. These blueprints are not sufficient for Costa Rica builders. You have to get a Costa Rica builder down there. So what I did was I purchased the blueprints for one of these models, a little bigger than the blueprints there, and I got a CAD version, a computer-aided design version that I was able to ship down there. That all started on June 26th of 2020. So I reached out that was the first time I reached out to the Haiku House people. July 1st is when I paid my first payment for the plans. Okay. On July 17th is when I got a basic set of, just a basic set of plans that were personalized, and I was promised that they would, get more stuff next week. August 1st, I'm told that the plans are being redone by the architect because the originals were lost due to a car break-in and theft of a hard drive. So, yeah, okay. August 10th, I ask again, and he says, well, we'll have them ready for you tomorrow. August 11th, like tomorrow, they say, they give me some plans, but they're just like high-res scans of what I already have. So they're not CAD version, they're not DXF, they're not DWG files. All he did was just add some stairs and remove a chimney that I wanted. August 13th, he promises me the DWG digital AutoCAD files. But no, they don't come. August 18th, I inquire again. August 18th, the owner gets upset because I went to a Chinese company and I showed this Chinese company the drawings, and a Chinese company for free made CAD drawings based on the blueprints. Like you can see blueprints down here. I was able to show them, and some Chinese company for free made a 3D rendering of this house for me, and they gave me a price of building the house and all the shipping, the supplies and all that stuff from China in a box. And the owner of Haiku Houses, he gets really upset. But whatever. So finally, that kind of kicks him into motion a little bit, because on August 23rd, I finally get some DWG files that look like, they look like they were just made from the sketches. It looks like somebody just like sketched them out. They're just like two-dimensional versions. Not until September 8th. That's when I finally get PDF files and a spreadsheet of materials list and all that stuff that looked like it was done by an actual CAD system with wiring plans and plumbing and all that stuff. So look, so all the way from June 26th, I didn't get my stuff until September 8th. And I paid way too much money. The only real regret is that I paid way too much money for these plans for this house. I don't want to say too much because it'll just make me upset. But I think that $5,000 is reasonable, but I paid way too much because I wanted that design. I really wanted my house to be one of these, and yeah, I totally regret paying way too much. But there you go. Okay, so now that I have some blueprints, or at least a digital version of something, I have to find a builder. When I was there shopping around, or just browsing around in February of 2020, I wrote down a list of possible builders. I think I picked about 5 that I liked, or at least I wanted to send my blueprints or plans to get a quote. I eventually went with a guy who I think I must have met him. I think I remember meeting him at the airport, and we hung out for a bit. We went to a restaurant, we hung out, and I took him to the lot to get a price and that kind of thing. I showed him my ideas. I just showed him my ideas of the Haiku House and that kind of thing. And I chose him possibly because of that, and also because he knew English, and he said that he would get a team as needed, and I just liked the guy. So I don't know if my neighbor liked the guy, but I liked him, so I chose him, and he turns out so far very good. In my next videos, I'm gonna reveal who he is and the job he's been doing. It's been pretty good so far. I have a builder. So so roughly around August or so, we sign a contract, and I think it's got 30 points in it. There's things like I have to pay 40% down to start the project. I got to pay another, I think, 30 or 35%. Yeah, 35% once he's got all the walls and windows ready, and then I think it's like 15% to finish the construction, and then the final 10% is after an inspection. So that should add up to 100%. We come up with so what I do is I come up with a spreadsheet of all the possible steps involved in making my house, and then he comes up with putting values on how much all those steps are going to cost. And then I don't think we negotiated much, but we kind of hummed and hawed and kind of added and removed some features for a little while, for a week or two, to come up with a final price. And all I did was I just wired 40% down to his Costa Rica bank account, and he started working. Yeah, he got blueprints. I mean, not blueprints. I sent him the blueprints, and he started getting architects down there that are certified Costa Rican architects to actually build something to give to the municipality to get permits. So the permit process has started, and I've got a lot to say about that coming up. Okay, so one thing I was told was you should always build your house using Costa Rica labor and supplies. I guess that's true, but I ended up going to some kind of a housing design thing in Toronto where they had all kinds of really fancy designs and furniture and plumbing supplies and all that kind of stuff. And I saw a company that makes roofing tiles made out of metal, and it's called Amadura Roofing. No, it's called Amadura Steel Roofing or something like that. They also make car parts. So got a brochure from them, and I got a price list of styles and free samples and that kind of thing. And I went with the idea of buying roofing tiles made out of metal, shipping them down to Costa Rica in a shipping container, along with other building supplies that my builder wanted, such as toilets, faucets, piping, wiring, all that kind of stuff. I went to Home Depot and I spent like $10,000 on supplies for my builder and the roofing tiles as well. So we put it all in a 20-foot container, which I'll talk about in another video. The roofing tiles. Okay, so roofing tiles from this place. August 31st is when I first reached out to the place. I gave them the blueprints of my house and asked them for ideas and a quote. On September 18th, I get a free sample of the roof in 3 different colors. I checked with the corporation not the corporation. I checked out with the community to make sure that I could have a black roof. They wanted red or something, but I got permission for a black roof. On November 23rd, the material manager, he figures out exactly what I need for shipping, and that the wooden pallets that are on, they have to be stamped for goods. They have to be stamped, and they have to be good for international shipping, which means the wood pallets, they can't have termites or something. They have to be pressed or sterilized wood or something. It's kind of stupid. On November 25th, I'll tell you what I paid, like $13,652 Canadian for the parts. That includes tax. And it only takes them a few days to make them. Like, it took up 3 days. And then I had them transferred to the shipping container on January 7, 2021. But this video here, I want to talk a little bit about permits and permissions and developer and that kind of thing. So, Costa Rica is not the land of the free will. You can't just build anything. You have to build. There's rules, okay? You got to get permits, and you got to get because I'm building in a development, a gated community. I have to abide by certain rules, which I don't mind. There's certain things. I've got just a 4-page document. Actually, it's not too bad. That I have to maintain my space. I have to make proper use of the entrances, and I have to have a certain architectural style. I can't subdivide my lot. My fence has to be, if I want a fence, it has to be a certain height and a certain style. There's things about vehicles and sewage disposal system and electrical and water. And let's see here. I can't have roosters and things like that. I can't have a grave site. There's notes about trash and all that kind of stuff. So my first step was to go to these developers and get permission for what I want to build. That took 3 or 4 days, and they had something like 8 or 10 days, I think, to deny me or not. If I sent them the plans, they acknowledged the receipt of them, and if they did not reject it in 8 days, I got permission to build whatever I wanted. But they did reply back, and they gave me permission to build what I wanted. So perfect. I just had to ask about roof color and architectural style. They wanted me to do a Spanish style, but I chose a Japanese kind of farmhouse. So, but yeah, so good. Another thing is permits. Now, permits like from the Guanacaste municipality. So my builder has been struggling with permits ever since like day one, and I feel bad for him. He's gone there 8 or 9 times now. One big complication is that the house that I'm building is over a certain square footage or meterage. If it goes over this certain size, you have to get extra rights or extra scrutiny or something like that, and that's really slowing down permits. Now, you're not supposed to build without a permit, but my builder has kind of gone ahead and done it anyway, at the risk of being shut down by the municipality for building without a permit. But he's got the process going, and he's giving them everything that they need, but they keep asking him for more stuff, or they keep asking him for the same stuff over and over again. So it's kind of stupid, and I don't really understand it all. But I know it's been happening since, we're on like 9 months now, I think, of trying to get the permit. So yeah, permits are not fun. Now I'm going to be building a second house that'll be much smaller, and apparently that will be easier to get a permit for. So there you go. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen here, and I want to show you a little bit of the computer files that I have here. I want to give you some of the design ideas of what I'm looking for, and here we go. So this over here is the summer place model of the Haiku House that I want to build. All right, it's a 1-bedroom with a loft at the top. It's got a kitchen, bathroom, and all that stuff. I know it's kind of bad. I'll show you a better picture later. But over here, kitchen and bathroom, bedroom over here, living space with a rounded corner, bay windows, and living space here. Okay, and in this place up here is the loft. So it's a loft with views looking down into the basement area. Now on C30, so I want to build on C34. Also on C34, I want to build this, which is kind of like an homage to my condo that I had in Toronto for a while, for like 8 years. I think it's really cool. I really want to build one of these. On C31, if I have any money left over, I want to build a carriage house, which is just like a 1-bedroom house with a 4-car garage underneath, and it'll look like this. And bedroom here, living space with some stairs to go up inside. So pretty simple. That's the plan. But I want to be a little more aggressive with the house on C34. And what I want to do is I want to have it built on top of something like this. I want to have a big long thing because lot C34 is kind of slopey. I want to build something like this with a house on top. Okay. Here's another slight idea here. So it's just like a long things cut into the side of a hill with a house on top. That's the plan for C34. And in the basement area of C34, I want to have like on top. So the house will be on the left side. On top of this, there'll be a bedroom here and bathroom and electrical stuff right underneath. Like I want to have all the plumbing and electrical stuff in one area. Over here will be completely empty space with a window wall, probably 50. I want the whole thing to be 100 feet long. The window wall to be about 50 feet long, and a garage space to be roughly, 2-car garage, probably, and some bedroom and some storage there. So that's that. That's the basement plan. Stairs will be here leading up into the Haiku House, and there'll be a kitchen here. This black line here will be what's called black water, which is like used water for drain water, and it'll stop here and it'll also go down there. Cold and hot running water will go to the kitchen and also to the bathroom. Okay. C34. Okay, so you've seen that. Foundation ID, you saw that. This is the website that I grabbed. So Trendier, I guess, is where I got this idea from, this house that I saw. So if you scroll down, yeah, it's a house built in the side of a hill. And just imagine this with a house on top, with my Japanese style house on top. So yeah, there. Now this house has like a hole in the front and a pool, and I don't care about any of that. I don't really want or need any of that nonsense. I'll worry about that later. But yeah. But I do like this kind of a open concept scenario. There's that. Okay, I like this as well. I really want like a 50-foot long open space in the basement area, like that. Okay. So here's my space for lot C34. It's kind of a triangular shape. I want the house in this area with a long basement area and a house here and a tower to be over here. Okay. The house water, I've planned out where I want the hot and water lines to be, and all that stuff for my builder. Just an idea. And the tower will have a circular staircase on the leading from the second to the floor. It'll have a bathroom on the main floor and a kitchen along the right side, along the east side. And I'm going to have an outdoor shower with a little shower head. So a water heater here with hot water going to the bathroom and to the outdoor shower. So that's my plan for the tower. I want my kitchen to look like this and like that color scheme. The tower will have an attic stairs going from the second floor to the roof. So you can actually walk on top of the roof of the tower. So it'll actually be 3 floors, I suppose. Yeah. And that's how that works. Yeah, I kind of want this color scheme. This is a bit dark, though. That's a bit too extreme. I don't want my bedroom, everything being that dark. I bought 12 of these barn door kits that I want to use somewhere in the house. I want to have sliding doors throughout, so I bought 12 of these, and if I have any extras, I'll sell them. The house will have stairs going from the bottom to the top. And I made that little rendering using Revit. Over here is some drone footage of my lot that I do a lot of drone video in my spare time. It's a fun toy. Up here is lot C31. See that green tree? That's C31. Over here is C34. So if I zoom up a bit, okay, so if I pause it right about here, you can see this is where I want to build a house on C31. And C34, the tower would go right here, and the house for C34 would go right about here. This is a neighbor house. Yeah. So yeah, one house here, one here, and a tower right about here. And there's the ocean, but 1 mile away. Okay. Here's another good view. This is some other neighbor house. I guess you can see him walking around. I guess he can hear my drone flying. He's checking it out. But anyway, these are neighbor lots for sale. Some are sold and some are available. But if I fast forward a bit, you can see that this is lot C31 right here with this green spaces. So I'm going to build a house right here. My Haiku House will be right here with a large basement right along here, and a tower will go on this bump. Okay, so yeah, so C31 is all this quadrant. And yeah, so I think it's a good space. I like it. It's on the 1.5 acres each. Now, when I filmed this video, I was standing way over here. That's my rental car, way over here in the corner. I don't know who that guy is down there. He's probably looking at the drone, wondering what this is. But yeah, there you go. There's going to be a house right there. That tree is dead, so we're going to tear it down. Or it's gone. It's probably long gone by now. But yeah, so house right here, right there. And the tower right here. And the house, and tower. That's the plan. Plans may change, but that's the plan. Okay, so what is this? So here's another view of, oh yeah, I guess you've seen this. So this is, C31 and C34. C34 right down there. Okay, now I want to show you a little bit about the Haiku houses. So the brochure for the company is Let's see. Here's the brochure where they make. So this is the printed brochure where they just make all the parts. So I ended up. It's all open concept that I just really liked this whole style, and the plan is to build this thing, but use Costa Rica parts and labor. I ended up buying the plans from these people, but paid way too much. So I could have bought these plans. That's too big. This is too big for me. Too big. I don't want a 2-level thing. That tempting, very tempting. I like that one. I kind of like that one too. It's got a skylight and everything in it. This one, no, I didn't like the shape of it. This is the one I ended up buying. So I got this one. 1969 square feet with a veranda all the way around it, a loft, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. And I could have built this one too, but this is the guest house. This is the plans I bought. So I got the blueprints for this, but it's too small. And this is no thanks. I didn't really like that style. This is not me. I don't like that. It's too boring. There's a garage, a carriage house actually. This is kind of tempting. Maybe I can build one of these. Oh, I don't know. I'll send it to my builder and see what he can do. This is kind of neat, but too open. Okay, so that's the Haiku House. And they have a video, too, of one that they built in Los Angeles. So this is a real one. You can see the shadow of the drone right here. It's one of those big DJI drones that they used in the olden days for this. So yeah, this is a real Haiku house. But I'm going to have a black roof made out of metal. A black metal roof. Yeah, I like this style. Open concept. I like the color scheme. I like the big poles holding it up. I like the railings. Yeah. A little too big for me, but yeah, I like this style. It's pretty nice. Yeah, I really like this. I don't know about the bedrooms and stuff, but I can skip past all this. Yeah, so yeah, I like this. So mine's going to have a loft like this, but it won't be this big. It'll have skylights, but it'll have one. My place will have one skylight about this size. It'll be kind of triangular shaped. And yeah, okay. So that's the plan. Okay, so that's the Haiku House. Summer place model, seen that. Okay. The tower. Let me show you some pictures of the tower real fast. It's designed by a company called Pfeffer to Road. And it's just like an open concept thing on the second floor. Yeah, that's it. I think it's kind of neat. I think we've decided to put this on hold for a little bit and put some effort into the carriage house on lot C31. So, yeah, I think that's the really cool picture. I'm not going to have a balcony, and I don't know if I'm going to have these kind of an overhanging thing. I might have just a flat roof. But I do want this tapered bottom, stone bottom area. And I want to have stained glass windows that are small, too big, too small for anyone to break and crawl through. And I don't want anybody breaking through my place and stealing everything. So I want the windows to be small, that nobody can climb through it. What else? What could I show you? Okay, so... Oh yeah, here's the roof. The roofing company is called Amadura Metal Roofs. They're based in Brampton, Ontario, Canada, and they make these things. Yeah, they make these shiny brown or black roof tiles. They actually make car parts too. And I could have gone with a Costa Rica company for my roof, but I kind of like these. I wanted to ship some stuff from Canada anyway. Might as well ship a bunch of construction supplies too, right? So I ended up getting a very small free sample from them. I gave them my plans, and they wrote down. They kind of. I just gave them the plans of my roof, and they measured what would be necessary, and hopefully they're accurate. There's a single picture of the factory, another picture of the factory. Some free samples they gave me, 3 different colors. I ended up getting the black one. There's the manual on how to install it. Hopefully my builder can read all this and take care of it. But we're kind of going through that now. He's at the phase right now where he's building a wood for these things to be fastened into. Okay, what is this? Okay, so here again is a aerial shot of C31, and C34 is roughly here. So forget about that. Now C31, here's some actual pictures of it. There's the tree that's dead. There, we're going to tear that down. Okay, some more shots. There's the ocean in the background. Here's C31, and the tower for C34 will go here. There's the ocean. I don't know what that is. There's the ocean again, and I don't know what that is. So, oh yeah, there was a fire. A fire rolled through, and it burned down. So I guess it burned down that dead tree, so I guess that's good. One tree lives, though. Here's a picture of, a better picture of the carriage house I want to put on C31. Living space, and this I call it the Chaumont house. It's actually designed by a company called, what is it? Precision Craft. Yes, that's it. So Precision Craft, they make designs. They have beautiful wooden cabins and stuff. You got to check out precisioncraft.com. And they sent me a free sample of some of their houses. This is what you get for a free sample. Really nice. Actually pretty good. But this house is a little too big for me, for at least for my lot. So I want to build something smaller. But yeah, they're pretty good. So go to precisioncraft.com and check them out. While I'm in here, I can check out... this is the Chinese company that... What I did was I gave this Chinese company my blueprints for the Haiku House, and they designed these beautiful 3D renderings because they want to sell me all the parts for it, and they did it for free. And they also build this house and that house and that kind of thing too. So, oh yeah, look at this. They gave me these 3D renderings. Look, it's all in Chinese and stuff, but not bad for... I feel bad that I didn't buy anything from them, but yeah, they got a factory where they will make all the parts for you. They'll ship them on a truck, and I think they ship them on a shipping container. And I think they said it was $6,000 to ship from China to Costa Rica. So yeah, not bad. I showed this to the guy at Haiku Houses, and he got all upset at me. He says, "What are you doing getting it designed by somebody else?" Well, what am I supposed to do? He took almost 2 months to give me my plans, and he said he lost them due to a theft and a broken hard drive. So here's another company called Plus Poo out of Finland. Plus Poo, I guess, that makes some nice house designs that I kind of like. They're actually not too bad. I kind of like these designs. I didn't use them or go with them in any way, but that's one thing you might want to consider. This Finnish house plan. This is a house that I saw on a website somewhere. I really liked it. I thought it was really cool, and I got a 3D rendering of it somehow. I would really, if I had enough flat space, I'd probably build that. So there's a company in Toronto, Costa Rica called CostaRicaTinyHomes.com, where they make these tiny houses from shipping containers. Now, I do not want to live in a tiny house or a shipping container, so I'm not interested in this. Container house plans. Oh yeah, I've got some books on building houses using containers. So maybe you can grab these screenshots and look them up. Maybe you can find them. This is another little tiny house that I saw on some, I think it was Alibaba. They make these little tiny houses. I think it's like $8,000, but you have to buy 15 of them. Bone Structure. Oh, yes. There's a company in Canada called Bone Structure. They make steel houses, kind of modern looking. They got them all over Ontario, but they won't sell to me because they want complete control over the building process. They won't give me all the parts, and they won't ship them to Costa Rica. So they won't have any of my business. I went to one of their free seminars. I don't even like their styles anymore. Actually, it kind of turned me off. I don't like it when people won't sell to me, so goodbye. What's this? Oh, yeah. Should I build this? I was gonna build this like man and dog house, but I don't know. Okay, now let me show you pictures of C34. I've got tons of pictures. Okay, so here's the lot. Here's where the tower is going. Here's where the house is going. The driveway is going to go like that. Here's the blank thing. This is another little drawing, a topography map. Another topography map. Another little shot. The tower will go here. The house will go here. There's my neighbor place, and there's C31. Okay. I wanted all this cleared. But I wanted bushes and trees in this blue part, so it's privacy to my neighbor. Okay, so all right, so let's go through all of the photos. I'm going to expand all these, and I'll show you. Like, if I got all the photos arranged by date, so we'll go through and I just expand these. All right, so October 13th, 2020. This is the surveyors. You can see a little GPS thing and a machete. They've got, this is the first step, do the surveying. Mark the property lines, okay? And get the seal of the, get whatever seals you need. So this is all first step, all right? And that's a sketch. Okay, step 2, start clearing the land. So I paid this guy, I agreed to pay this guy $600, and he brought in a team of guys, and they just brought a bunch of machetes and just started whacking. And after a week or two, more whacking, just lots of tree whacking. Yeah. So lots of clearing. I feel kind of bad, but I'm going to replant these trees. Don't worry. All right. October 26th, more tree clearing. So that's C34 over here. This is where the house is going to go, and the tower will go up here. And this is C31. All right. Just more clearing. Lots and lots of clearing. Okay. So next is so 2 months later, they're getting grass growing back already. But that's okay. At least it's clear. You can build on it. It's not that bad. All the big trees are gone. But we saved some of the ones. I told them to save as many as possible. All right. December 14th, a tractor comes in. And this is, I guess, a groundbreaking ceremony. Clear the land for the basement. Make a big flat area. It's got to be roughly 100 feet long. So all that dirt here is going to get pushed over to here, make a big flat area. And C31 is over here. They're going to use this as a staging area, like a shed and cement mixing and all that kind of stuff. So just lots of digging. This is December 14th. Yeah, look, there's the tractor moving. Okay, the next day, December 15th, is this. So look how much he did in one day. All right, looks pretty good. Looks pretty nice. Yeah, looks pretty good. The tower will go up here. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Now, January 4th, looks like it's kind of a little more. The water source is right around here. So we found our water source. It's It's a hose. That's not very reliable. Sometimes the pump doesn't work. And there's no power. We have no electricity. We have to do the whole thing on generators. We were promised electricity, and there's a temporary line, but they won't give me access to the temporary line. So anyway. All right, February 13th. So this is the rebar for the foundation. He's digging holes for where those rebar goes. So we're going to have a nice long, nice strong foundation. Here they are bending all the parts for the foundation. And there's the shed, and there's the cement mixer. And there's the foundation. The foundation has a foundation. And there's where the tower is going to go. Building. Okay, so those things go in the ground, and they pour cement on top, and that'll be the part of the foundation. So these things here are going to be vertical posts for the basement. Oh yeah, and I ended up paying $3,000 for the solar panel kit for them, so that they can have lights and hopefully not use so much gas. Power generators. So they're installing the solar panel. Okay, and part of I don't know what that is. There's the batteries for the solar power thing, and so $3,000. No regrets on that. I'm a little worried about this. This is where the tower is going to go. It's going to go here, but there's just kind of a cutout. I'm a little bit worried about there, but they say that this is strong enough. So, yeah. Okay. Solar panel. Okay. February 22nd. Here they go. Looks like they're doing the cement pouring for the vertical posts of the basement. And March 9th, look at this. Yeah, vertical posts, and it looks like a wall's starting to form. So, yeah, looking good. Nice posts. Okay, March 14th, looks like they're doing a wall. They're just getting along. I don't know how many people are putting this together, but okay, and then a couple days later, they've got the wall almost. What they're doing is they're taking these big cement blocks and they're putting them between these posts. So yeah, cement, big blocks all along here. And they pour cement down into those beams, I guess. So yeah, it's all done by hand. Pretty amazing. Okay, March 25th. Looks like they're doing more. Look at that. So that's the basement. And they're doing wood framing for where the house will go. So the house will go on top of this area. It'll go to the right, on the right side. From this angle, it'll go on the left side. Okay, so where these guys are standing, this is where the house will go on top of. All right. And this will be all open space. I'm going to have a garage on this area over here, but this whole area here will be open space. Don't know what to do there yet. Oh yeah, look at all those steel beams that he bought. Metal poles. Okay. More walls. I don't know what that guy's doing. He's probably doing the frames. There's the cement mixer. Okay, March 28th. What do we have here? Look at that. Look at all these steel beams over here for the basement. And I don't know why there's wood here and steel here. But I'm no engineer, so anyway. I'm not going to park any cars or anything on top of here, but apparently it is strong enough to park a car on top. I wouldn't do anything very heavy. But yeah, that's it. Looking good. It's taking shape. Okay, March 31st, my shipping container has arrived and it's just being stored. So there's some of the walls, there's more posts for the basement, And I guess everything just mounts on top of those. Okay, April 10th. Look at this. Basement's taking, this is the roof of the basement. More roof of the basement. The house, so the house is going to go right here. And there's a wall. Okay, so here's a nice shot. Look at this. Got vertical poles now for the house. Okay. And it looks like rainwater is, the rain is ruining some of my land, my dirt, but I'm not worried about that right now. Okay, April 26th. Yeah, look at this vertical pole. There you can see the round part for where the round corner of the house is going to go right here. Look how big this is. So, yeah, living room here, living room space there, bedroom right here, and bathroom and kitchen back in the far corner. Okay. Yeah, looking good. Not too bad. I don't know why there's empty space underneath here. I guess they're going to do something, but not sure. I should ask them. This is going to be a stone, like we're going to do paved stone or something on top of that, but that's landscaping. We'll do that last. Okay, I don't remember the name of the sealant, but this is all fairly waterproof. Okay, so on top of here, we've got some corrugated metal and some other stuff to get ready for pouring cement on top of the basement. This is part of the septic system, I think. Okay, there's the roof of the basement. There's also the roof of the basement, but from below. Okay, roof of a basement. Okay, another shot. Okay, May 3rd. All right, so living space will be here, bedroom will be here, bathroom and kitchen over there. Oh yeah, and this shows a little bit of the stone that I was thinking of doing on the thing. So yeah, there, but that's the real shot. Septic system, some of the plumbing going in. Look at how they, I can't believe they actually welded holes and stuff. I'm surprised they did all that. It looks like it weakened it, but I don't know. I'm not really going to question them, but it seems kind of strange that they had to cut all these holes when there was, I don't know. I'm not going to ask. I'm going to leave that up to them. They did all this welding, so I'm sure that they did a good job, I guess. Like, why cut a hole in there when you could have just gone under? I just have no idea. But that's me. All right, lots of plumbing, bathrooms and stuff. I guess it's all fine. I don't know. Okay, May 10th. Yeah, look at this. So pouring the concrete for the roof of the basement. Now, they didn't use a cement mixer. They brought in a truck for this because it was just too big. Look, there's the pipe. So they're off camera. They're just pouring it all down. And yeah, look at that. It's 100 feet long, 100 feet by 40 feet. I don't know how thick it is, but it looks like they did a good job. They got rebar and all that stuff in there. There's no holes or anything. I think they did a good job, I guess. Okay, May 11th. It looks like they're finishing that up. And I don't know, smoothing it out. I don't know. Oh, he's walking. It's 25 steps from one side to the next.
It's like 50 feet that you're going to have to, I don't know
what I'm going to do with all that space. Okay, so...
Just figured that's going to be the house. And then you have all of this looking out that way. And we're going to have to put some sort of grass here, that fake grass, just so it looks cool in here, and maybe a sitting area in this area.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to put there. I'm thinking maybe a sand, actually. I might have a little beach area.
So you walk in,
so there's my...
the hole will be like right there. But I have to cut it out.
So he wanted the hole for the basement, like stairs right there, but we're not going to move it. So, but yeah, this is the inside of the Haiku House so far. Okay, What I'm going to do is the floor, I'm going to have a stained and stamped concrete floor. And I'll show you, I can probably show some pictures of that later. There you go. May 13, starting to do horizontal beams. May 17. Okay, this is where I decided to have the hole for the basement. And this guy is one of the designers, and he's kind of upset that now he has to cut a hole here that he didn't have to do before. He's kind of not happy about it, but yeah, oh well. So he's going to build the hole. So the hole for the basement, the stairs, is going to go in here. He's going to cut all this out for me. Okay, look at this. May 26th, the roof is starting to take some shape now, so that's nice. Yeah, look at that. It's got a tapered, I guess it's called tapered. You can see this, yeah. Okay, there's the rounded corner. One corner of the house is has a round edge to it. So, yeah, look at these guys. Okay, June 2nd, there's the hole that the guy cut for the basement. All right. And yeah, my house is actually taking shape. Now these beams are way too long. They took a little bit of liberty and they went way beyond. They wanted to give me some shade, kind of without my permission, I guess, but I'm not really upset about it. It just means it might cost more because now we have to cover it. We're going to have to take some more roofing materials. I don't know if I shipped enough roofing tiles for all that space. So we don't know. So anyway, here's the plan again for the basement. We're going to have, on the left side, we're going to have like a bedroom here. The house will be on top. So yeah, the house will be on top of a basement. So here's a view. There's going to be a big window. There's going to be doors and windows along here and a garage. Now, looking down, there's going to be the stairs here. There's going to be windows here, the garage. It's 100 feet long. And because the house has all the kitchen and bathroom up here, I want to have a bathroom and some stuff directly below it, because that's where I want all the plumbing and electrical stuff on one side, and then I want to have all this open space. So that's the plan. And there's a shot on June 2nd. It's looking pretty good. Okay, June 3rd, this is the view out of the skylight. Some more plumbing. More plumbing. I don't know what that is. It's more inside, just more shots. I think this is the bathroom and kitchen area, I think. Okay. Yep, look at that. Okay. I don't know why he shot this, but whatever. There's my view of the ocean. Some guys working hard. Look at that welding. Okay, so I think he's talking. Whoops. Okay, hold on a second. I think there's some narration here. I'll just narrate. So there's the hole for the basement stairs. Okay, let's see here. Kitchen here, bathroom over there. Can we go back a bit? Okay, bedroom here and living space over here. So that's the plan. Okay, so looks like he's got some concrete thing already done. But we're going to do stamped and stained concrete around the rest of it. So yeah. Yep. Let me start up. Let me turn the volume up a bit, and he can narrate.
That's the living room, dining room, we're going to call it, and we're right now in your bedroom. This is your bathroom. The blueprints that I have from you have a window going up here. But do you want also maybe a smaller window up here, which would be where the toilet would be and where the... So yeah, that's where this is where the shower is. This is where the toilet will be. The vanity is next to it. So you don't have window here, but you have a window showing up there. So I was wondering, maybe you would want a window here. It would make sense. Even a little one.
All right, so yeah, my builder he's pretty good. I kind of like him. No complaints. I'll mention him later. I don't want anybody stealing him away from me until my house is done. So he bought a drone, and there's my shot. That's how far away I am from the ocean. There is a view looking east, and look at this video he made of my house. So it's a pretty good shot. He's just learning how to fly his drone, but I think he's doing a good job. Yeah. My neighbor my neighbor has been poking around and snooping around, and he says he's been doing an exceptional job. So there you go. All right. So I'm going to build that's the house. I'm going to build the tower will be in the background. So the tower will go back there, like in that little hill. But I think we're going to do we'll put the tower on hold, and we'll build something on C31 first, because it's just a smarter thing to do. This is some of the wood that we're going to use for the ceiling of the house. Okay, and so yeah, they're building they're using that wood for the roof. So, yeah, it's going to go around and around and around all the way down. Look how they painted the beams black now. Now here's a view from the bottom up. So they painted or stained or something wood treated one side of it, and I think they wood treated the edges as well. There's a view out of the skylight. So yeah. So June 24th, they're going around, they're getting down, they're getting more and more done. So I think it's pretty nice. I like that color. I'm pretty happy. You can see the loft. So this will be like a step for a loft inside. Okay. So it's looking good. Now, finally, we get some electrical poles installed. They have wires on them, but the wires are not live yet. So we don't have electricity yet. Hopefully in a couple weeks, but I don't know. Now there's an anchor pole. This wire here is on my property, and they were asking me if I wanted it moved. Apparently, if I want it moved, it's going to take months to request it, but the engineer said it had to go on my property. Personally, I don't care. I want electricity more than anything else. I'm not going to start a fight with anybody. I don't want to make any enemies, so I'm going to let them do what they want. Okay. I don't know what they're doing here, but it looks like just more basement stuff. Yeah, that's a good shot of the size of the house. It looks pretty good. I'm going to have a driveway along here, and then see if hopefully I can maneuver a car into the garage somewhere. Here's the house right here, that tiny little bit right there. Okay, and there's the shed. That's C31, and this is C34. Okay. And the ocean is to the right. So look, yeah, it's looking pretty good. It looks like they had a hard time painting this part black. They can't reach that far. They have to, but I'm not really worried about that. Paint it black later. Okay, and this is the most recent photo I have of some wood that they just got in. They're staining and pressure treating it, or not water treating it, and it's going to be used for the ceiling. So that's my photos. That's all I have right at this point. Okay, so that's one giant long video. Yeah, I know. Next one will probably be around August sometime. I know that my builder is currently still working on the roof, and then he's going to do the stamped and stained concrete for the floor and in the house and around the house. And then we're going to do windows for the basement area. Then I got to decide what to do about lot C31. Do the carriage house or finish the tower. So that's the plan. So yeah, so check back, subscribe, and see you in the next video.